This is 9 News Now.
Miss Norwood will die in jail. She will not be eligible for parole.
Reaction pouring in tonight to the sentence in the Lululemon murder case. Andrea McCarran was in the courtroom when Brittany Norwood learned her fate and joins us live now from Rockville with more on this truly emotionally draining day. There's no other way to say it. Andrea?
Anita, Brittany Norwood learned her fate. She will spend the rest of her life in prison without the possibility of parole. I'm joined live now by the Murray family. We've all gotten to know them well. Phyllis, Jana's mom, what was your reaction? I heard cries in the courtroom, applause. People were hugging for you. What was it?
Tears. I was just so relieved. And I guess from the minute they started talking, I didn't realize, but my body just froze. And when I realized the decision or the sentence, I let go and tears just streamed down my cheeks.
And then David Murray, Jana's father, I'd like to ask you the same question. I mean, you never know how these things are going to go. All of you made very eloquent pleas to the judge to give her the very maximum, which she did get. What were you feeling?
Relief. My body has ached all day, and that hasn't changed, but it's subsiding. I heard the same thing as everybody else in the courtroom heard today. I'm not a seer, but about a quarter of the way through Judge Greenberg's speech to Brittany Norwood, it was very evident to at least me what the verdict was going to be, what the sentence was going to be. And when he referred to her, addressing her as ma'am the first time.
And Anita, I just want to add that the judge just made the most breathtaking, scathing admonishment of Brittany Norwood and her criminal acts, calling her devious, cold, calculating, and he said, "You are a hell of a liar, ma'am."
That's right. It was the ma'am, and I didn't count them. It had to be 20 times.
This is one of those cases where I wish in the state of Maryland cameras were allowed in the courtroom, because the testimony by all of the members of the Murray family, in addition to Jana Murray's longtime boyfriend and her best friend, I don't think words can do justice to the emotion in their testimony. And one of the things that many of us was Jana's brother, Dirk Murray, April's husband, described what this nightmare has been for his 4- and 6-year-old sons who loved their aunt. Dirk testified that the 4-year-old had asked if it was a knife or a gun as the murder weapon. Dirk described very eloquently in court that in their house at night, part of the bedtime ritual, they don't look under the bed and in the closets for the boogeyman. They look for Brittany Norwood. And I want to ask you, Dirk and April, what do you tell your little boys now?
The same we've always done, and that's the truth. As much as a 4- and 6-year-old can handle. Early on was very difficult because what we thought was the truth were actually lies. And we've had to retract some of those statements that we made and told them early on. We now think we know the truth, and every year as they get older, we'll release a little bit more information to them when they can handle that type of information. But tonight we will make a phone call and let them know that they are safe, that she is off the street forever. And that's what they wanted.
One of the more poignant moments, I thought, in the courtroom as well was when you testified that your 6-year-old said that he wanted to die so he could visit his aunt. April, will this help the healing process in your home?
Yes, of course. You know, as a 6-year-old, he doesn't realize that if you die, you can't come back. He just wants to see his Tia again.
And that is the nickname that your boys give Aunt Jana.
Tia is aunt in Spanish, and T is the troxel, and she actually named herself.
Right.
Oh, Troxel as Jana's middle name. And I also want to quickly talk to Hugh Murray, who serves our country in the U.S. Army. You've seen so much military service, but this really has been shattering for you. In the court, you testified that you will never heal. I'm really hopeful that maybe now this maybe opens the door for you and your wife, Kate, to heal a little bit.
Yeah, when the healing process, I don't fully understand. I just know the pain that I've been through. There's no way to heal because there's no way to bring her back. And so there's always going to be damage. I hope that I'll be able to use the scar tissue, use that damage to, you know, further motivate me, further propel everything that I want out of life, inspired by Jana. But as far as like 100% true healing, there's no way. And and that was a point that, you know, like as Mr. Wood was saying, that we would heal, I had to shake my head because there's no possible way to heal completely.
And I want to thank all the Murray family for being with us this evening. Thank you so much. Sorry to meet you under these circumstances. It's been a real privilege getting to know you. And one of the things I have to tell you that the family is considering now is, in light of the fact, and the judge made really strong remarks talking about the callous indifference of those Apple Store employees who heard the ruckus going on, heard some violent fights in the Lululemon store, but did not act, did not call police, did not go next door. This went on for somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes. They are considering moving forward with some type of Good Samaritan legislation so that people would be compelled by law to act in a scenario like that. I'm going to send it back to you. A very emotional day. Again, Brittany Norwood, life in prison without the possibility of...
Andrea McCarran, thank you. Now, Brittany Norwood's attorney reacted to the ruling right after it was announced. Here's some of his words. Hopefully we'll have that in a moment. Again, he insisted that his client was sorry for what she had done and acknowledged the depth and the depravity of her crimes. We have much more about the Lululemon murder case at WUSA9.com.
Jack Johnson is losing his ability to